So the Hebrew word here for murmuring is really significant because it actually is translated in other ways throughout the Bible. It's used as lodging or remaining or dwelling in a variety of places throughout the Old Testament. So there's something going on around the murmuring. It's not simply complaining. It's being stuck in place, cementing yourself into circumstances and not imagining any way out and thinking that your present circumstances is your permanent future. So it's very interesting how that underlying word, we hear murmuring, oh, just complaining, but it really is much worse than this. It's worse than just complaining. It's choosing to believe that your present circumstances is all that your life has to offer, all that God has to offer, that you are lodging yourself, you're abiding, you're dwelling, you're remaining in circumstances, negative circumstances, and complaining about it, instead of trusting in God and having Him help you move forward. Really, really powerful.
And that's interesting, too, to see how the word murmuring appears differently in verse 7. So, in the morning, then shall you see the glory of the Lord, for that He heareth your murmurings against the Lord. And what are we, Moses says, the leaders, that you murmur against us? And then he says, your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. So sometimes when we have, maybe these feelings of being stuck and we want to blame someone else, it's the Lord. And so when we're murmuring against whatever thing, either a person or something in our lives, the Lord might hear that as a murmuring against Him.
Right, that's that interesting preposition. It's not simply murmuring, it's actually murmuring against. It's actually applied somewhere. And Moses appropriately points out, God has saved you. And if you have a problem with His salvation, you have a problem with God.
And they're ironically saying, well, thanks but no thanks. If this is what God's salvation looks like, I'd rather go back and be Pharaoh's servant than be this. And so, once again, God has to continually be patient with them, kind of like God has to continually be patient with me and you and all of us, because we struggle with these things.